putting this together, Brother Guia. Thank you. And please, let's support our brother and give him the tools that he needs to win this race and to get to the next level. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Shah Nawaz, everybody knows what he's running for. But today, we are not here for Brother Shah Nawaz. Also, today we are here for our leader and brother, Mr. JUMAANE Williams. Why? I don't need to tell about his background. Before you go to Google, you know who he is. How long he has been in the politics, what he's been doing. And when our brother Ehsan Bhai says something about him, you can go blindfolded. Because it's not who he is. We care because he cares about us. We need to support him because he supports us. His action reflects his thoughts. And he has proven himself over and over. Today, our brother Shah Nawaz, I as the General Secretary of JBBA, Jackson and Township Business Association, which is a very vibrant and becoming a very powerful community business association. And as Ehsan Bhai knows, that in New York City, and we have been getting help from Mr. Williams, we have been getting help from my brother Ehsan. When they say something, we have to jump for it. And brother, we have to be united, and we have to care who care about us. We have to care for him who cares about us. So Ehsan Bhai said a lot about him. Today we are here to show our support. And now I'm going to introduce another person who works for the Deputy Public Advocate for the Infrastructure and Environmental Justice, Mr. Kashif Hussain. Brother? I'm sorry?
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yes. That? I would like to request you to say a few words about our brother, because like everybody needs to know. And from the closest, like you are his closest. So I want you to say a few words to my people about him so that they can, they can find him differently. So please say a few words.
Absolutely. Good things that needs to be said about JUMAANE and said. JUMAANE has a long track record, not just for the Muslim community, but for all communities of the city. And one of the things that I really loved about JUMAANE when he became a public advocate. I want to make something very clear. The title that my brother here mentioned is a daytime job. So here I'm in a personal capacity. So I want to make that very clear. But one of the things that I really loved about JUMAANE when he took his office is the vision and the mission that he had in his mind, what he wants to do with that office. And I have an engineering background. I could have been making a lot of money, but I took a
taking before, so good to see you all, and also advocate. I'm proud of you running for office. So, let me tell you, I'm from College Point residence, but originally I'm from Nepal. So I'm currently a president of College Point Civic and Taxpayers Association. I'll love to invite you for our city tour if you want. More than welcome. I can manage all those, and let's make the great thing happen. So wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
So let's do something, all right? Thank you.
I just want to advocate the Nepali community, just like we've gone throughout the city. Many other communities are vibrant, growing community. The Nepali community is also very vibrant, and the Braj, mashallah, has done amazing work to make sure that the Nepali community is really thriving.
Okay, man, make a hand faster.
Sorry. Thank you. I'm sorry for late.
So thank you so much, Mr. Gia Shaman, for being here. And let's continue with our program. As I didn't mention, we have our very senior journalist, Mr. Nihar Siddiqui over here. And this.
I came here in this country like 23, when I was 23, as an international student. So this place, this country, I like to say this place is like full of opportunity. So all these people, like whoever like came here like 13,000 miles away from their home, they're building up such a big community, such a big place, and you guys we came here as an immigrant, and you guys are American. You guys are thinking we are a big part of this community. This is our success, I think. So for this community, we expect from you guys whatever you're thinking. That is our respect. So keep doing this thing, and definitely we will give you that back to you guys. So thanks for coming here, and appreciate it. Good luck for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And I know a lot more people are.
I 20 years ago, when I ran for New York State Senate, that time we didn't have any community board members, no assemblyman, nothing. Now, 20 years later, we have more than 30 community board members. We have assemblymen, we have senators, we have city councilmen. Now we have mayor too. Is our mayor? Okay, thank you, Shahnawaz, and who organized this event, and thank you very much to come our community. And the Bangladeshi community is the fastest growing community in New York City. And not only Bangladeshi community, we are connected with other communities like Pakistani, Indian, other Muslim country, other Muslim community, like Jew. They don't say I am Russian Jew or Germany, all Jewish American. We are Muslim American, right? I always feeling, whenever I have chance, I am always feeling that not only black vote matters, not only Hispanic vote matters, Muslim vote matters too. You know why? Because of electoral college system, only 4 or 5 swing states control who is going to be the next president of the United States. Like, Pennsylvania or Michigan, right, Florida or, Georgia. And we have millions of votes. We have millions of Muslim votes. The Michigan is still, we have more than million votes. Right? And every state only 5,000 to 10,000 votes different. So if we are united, if we cast our vote, it matters. So that's the issue now. We have to cast our vote, we have to be united, and we have to support our friend, like Mr. William. Right?
Nice.
So who is working for us? We have to work with them. Give and take. So thank you very much. My message is we have to register our vote. Number 1. Number 2, we have to cast our vote. Number 3, we have to support our candidate. We have to give them money, because money talk. We need money. The campaign is money. So we have to support. So thank you very much. I wish you good luck.
Thank you so much, Mr. Giyashwar. And the ex-Jackson Heights Bangladeshi Business Association President, Mr. Shahnawaz, please. Thank you so much.
The Honourable Chief Guest, Jumaane Williams, Public Advocate, our friend Hassan Kashif, our uncle basically, the Huya. So he is really my uncle, but whenever I see any beautiful girl, then I say he is my uncle. Otherwise, I will say, bye, brother. Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and Assalamu alaikum. Basically, Jumaane Williams is running for governor, and he is not only for running for the governor, he is still in the position. He is the public advocate. It means he is helping the people. He is proven. He is a veteran politician. From 2019, he is the public advocate. So we do not have to say the new people came here and running for the chair position. No, he is proven. So that's why we have to support him. Everybody said, Hassan brother, Hassan said, Kashif said, what he did for the Muslim people, what he did for us. So right now, not we are talking about the Muslim people, we should talk about the South Asian people. All South Asian should support him. And the support, two types of support is here for the election. One support is the financial support, is very important. And the second support is, please come out and vote for it. If I say, okay, I support him, but I do not have time to go to the vote center, what I'm gonna do? Why I'll go to the vote center? What I'm getting? So this is a very bad habit. It is true that our South Asian people, sometimes they are very neglected to come to the vote center and vote. So it is our responsibility who are in the community, who are involved in the politics. So our responsibility to educate the people. Your vote is very important. It is your responsibility to vote for the elected official, whoever you like. So that's why, please, I'm requesting, please come out and vote for him, and we want to see him in the chair. So thank you very much. You have a very good night. So God bless you.
Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Peace and blessings. Love and light to everyone. Thank you so much for the moderation. We appreciate it. Thank you. And to the president for coming out. Thank you, Mr. Shawin Waz.
Thank you.
For helping put it together. Muhammad William, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And of course, Hassan Chukda. I say it right?
Yeah.
Hassan and I go back many years. Of course, Kashif and all the leaders were here. I'm just honored that you would come out tonight. You know, folks can be doing a lot of different things, but you're out tonight. As mentioned, my name is JUMAANE WILLIAMS. I'm the public advocate of the city of New York. You can ask what's a public advocate. I'd be happy to tell you. It's one of 3 citywide elected officials. You know, you have the mayor, public advocate, and the comptroller. The last public advocate was Tish James. The one before her was Bill de Blasio. And so it's a pretty cool seat to be in as an elected official. I'm a first generation American. My parents came from the small island of Grenada. So my parents had this unique story. My dad actually drove a taxi. He came up to go to medical school. He had to pay the bills like everybody else. He had some kids. So that was one of the first jobs that he had. Actually, it was in DC at that time. I'm a public school baby, from preschool to master's, educated in our public school system. I have something called Tourette's syndrome and ADHD, so you may see me shake a little bit up here, so it's involuntary, but I'm all right. You know, school is a fan. I made it this far, so I'll be okay. And you know, I'm a community organizer by training. I heard you say community organizer, community activist. But back then, no one knew what that was. People found out about what community organizer was after Barack Obama got elected. Before that, nobody had any idea. I said, my mother told me to please get a real job. And I had to tell her that it's actually a real job, organizing the communities. We're gonna be okay. And then I decided I wanted to run for office. I ran against an incumbent who was already in office. I didn't expect to, it just happened. There were 6 people in the race, so everybody told me I was crazy for even trying, you can't be an incumbent. But I did, and I won. And I've been really, I'd say, trying to cause as much trouble as I can since that time, because there's a lot of people like us who are trying to work hard, but sometimes there's a lot of systems in place, and we gotta shake that system up, we gotta shake it loose, and so that's what I've been trying to do since 2009. And I was told I had to choose between being an activist and being an elected official, and I said I don't. The best elected officials are activists, so I'm not gonna choose between the 2. But they said, you know, you have to go along to get along. Like you're running against somebody already there. They told me you couldn't do it. You won't be able to get anything done. I said, no. You have to push back against things that are wrong. So I did that, and I was able to show that you can achieve things. So when I left the council, I was listed as the most productive council member. I passed 70 pieces of legislation in the city council. My 3 years as public advocate, we passed more pieces of legislation
any public advocate before me, almost all of them combined, to show that we can help make sure government is working on behalf of the people. And in 2018, I ran for lieutenant governor. I ran then against big guy, Cuomo, and this governor now. She was the lieutenant governor. And I did that because I really felt the way they were leading New York wasn't helpful to most of us here in New York. And again, everybody told me I was crazy for even trying. You're not gonna come anywhere close. You don't have any money, you don't get support of the machine. So I said I have to do it anyway because it's the right thing to do. And I jumped in my car, I drove around the state, had conversations like this, I had support from my brothers. We got 47% of the vote across the state. So if we had picked up 3.5 more percent, we would have won. I won New York City actually, about 55%. We surprised them a lot. We got more votes than any non-white candidate ever in the statewide primary, and that's with no money and no support. Just going around and encouraging us. And then right after that, is when Tish James left and became Attorney General, and the public advocate's position opened up. And again, believe it or not, people told me I wouldn't be able to do that either, because there were 16 people in the race, and people who had bigger name recognition than me. And I said, I'm gonna do it because my vision of what the city and state can be is very important. So we ran, and we got 33%. And 16 of my people, that's a lot of people, which meant that people were receptive to the vision that we had. Now, I'm running for governor because we're coming out of this pandemic right now. And I keep hearing the governor and other leaders say we have to return to normal. And that very much bothers me because I want to return to normalcy, but I don't want to go back to where we were because I feel like it didn't work for a lot of folks. For a lot of people who are trying to come and have their immigrant experience and have the American experience with immigrants, Muslims, South Asians, they're fighting. So I want to bring a new normal where people don't have to fight as much, where they can really start a business easily. They can get the government contracts that are needed. They can get people in office easier. You can have contacts. I'm very proud of my office having, Cassius was saying, we have several people who are Muslim in our office, but on a statewide level, we really don't see that. And I remember in 2001, it was right after 9/11, and where I was, what happened to that community was terrible. I'm so proud to see where it is now, but I'm shocked. I don't know if people probably don't. It's boring sometimes, but they had a council hearing just 3 days ago, and the NYPD representative actually said they've never done any Muslim surveillance in New York City, which is just not a true statement. I remember when it was happening a lot. I was one of the few folks who was standing up. Back then I was working on some of the abuses that happened there, stop and frisk, those primarily black and brown folks. And they would tell us, we really can't bring in the Muslim community because everybody's afraid, terrorism. And I said, no, they're being surveilled. And if one person is being hurt, then we're all being hurt. And so we brought everybody in to make sure everybody was protected. And it's still important today. Public safety is very important. We see violence going up. A lot of Muslim brothers running bodegas, trying to feed their families. People are getting shot. So we have to make sure we understand that our police have law enforcement partners, they have a job to do, but we don't want it to swing the other way that it was before. So you have to have people who have been working on these issues for as long as I have been, because it's a very important line that you have to walk and you have to talk. And I'm concerned that this governor is just learning how to walk that line. And it's going to be very harmful to our communities in the name of keeping everybody safe and doing some of the things that have harmed us before. And it's about equity, it's about equality, and I've been working on these issues for such a long time, from housing to public safety to a transformative economy. It's really, really important that we have somebody in the governor's office that understands what the immigrant experience is, understands what it is to be working hard. You maybe didn't start off with $1 million or $1 billion and just working from the ground up. I happened to run a business before I got elected. It was a small cafe. It wasn't accessible to our brothers here, but I very much learned what it is like to work in this city. It's a very useful thing. So we work to try to break down some of the barriers that small businesses are having and support for small businesses like the Salvation Community, like the Muslim community, to have access to the things that you need, because you're the ones most likely to hire people from the community and from your community, and that's important. So this election is in June 28th. we're going up against some very powerful people. In 2018, I was telling our son just now, I told everybody thought I was gonna get blown out, and I said, listen to me, I know what's happening on the ground. If I can just raise $50,000 more, I'm gonna win. No one believed me. On election day, they said, oh snap, we were right. So we were worried about that happening again, so we're pushing hard. They can always, raise a lot of money, but they never can touch the people like our other two come out. So we're asking again, just to have some continued support for our campaign, for our vision, for New York that benefits everybody and doesn't just benefit a few powerful people who've been in office for a very long time, want to help their friends get in office so they can help their friends get the resources they need. I want to make sure that everybody is getting the resources they need. So I appreciate giving me a little bit of time, and I'm happy to answer any questions that folks may have. So thank you so much. And
Thank you.
inshallah.
We pray for you that